internet search is over. You found Ron and Fez.
We're Ron and Fez, live on a Wednesday. 102.7 WNEW, New York City, 106.7 WJFK, Washington, D.C. Ronnie, this is an unbelievable story I've seen coming out of, I guess, Animal Planet. They were shooting a cable TV show that they called Dog Days. You familiar with Animal Planet?
Sure.
All right. So Dog Days, what they wanted to do was the film crew was interviewing a producer for the show, and he had two Staffordshire Terriers, Giuseppe and Orion. Now I guess it's interviewing people and their dogs and just how nice dogs live. This is in Manhattan. Now they went on top of a 6-story building in downtown Manhattan. The guy went up there with his dogs, and they were shooting the interview up there. I guess to show how fancy pants New York dogs live.
Sure, New York dogs live up in the air.
Mm-hmm. So what the guy did was he unleashed his dogs, Giuseppe and Orion, these two terriers, so they could just frolic around on the roof and they could get some footage of them playing up there. Well, apparently there was another building next to them where there was just a 1-foot divide, and the dogs were actually jumping building to building on that side of the roof.
Now, they were letting them do that?
Yeah, they had taken them off the leashes and let them run around the rooftop.
But they're like videotaping them jumping roof to roof?
I guess whether they were still setting up or if they had actually started shooting, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they're still running around when all of a sudden they sprinted full speed and jumped over a wall on another side of the building.
Right.
That had nothing on the other side of it.
Just went to the street?
These two dogs fell. They took a plunge 6 stories. As they're shooting Dog Days for Animal Planet, they're showing a double dog suicide. Actually, one of them survived.
Really? 6 floors? That's pretty high to survive.
Yeah, Giuseppe died instantly. Orion survived but broke all 4 legs and racked up $20,000 in animal hospital bills.
I'd have to get a new dog before I ever came up with any $20,000.
I hope they have footage of this. Sure. I want to see these nut dogs take the nasty plunge off the side of a roof.
You know, I love that this is supposed to be dog lovers that have this.
Yeah, exactly. The show is called Dog Days. Here's great people and how they get along with their dogs. And they go diving over the side.
I'm not a dog.
Unbelievable. I hope there's footage of this.
Well, it will already night.
Unbelievable is right.
That they would actually let this happen. Why take them off a leash on a roof?
Here's Doogie. Doogie, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Doogie.
What's going on, guys?
Hey,
Vegas card number 500.
Hooah!
Hey, it gives new terms of the meeting, rating cats and dogs.
No kidding, man.
Yeah.
Mainly dogs.
Here's Al. Al, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Al.
What up, Juggalos? You guys, 22,386, yo.
Hooah! Hooah!
Red Rover, let the doggy fall over.
All right. Have you ever seen something like... here's a weird one for me. And I guess this is kind of common, but my sister has a lot of animals, dogs and cats. Her husband gets up one day, starts the car on a chilly day.
Yeah.
And I guess the cat had climbed up inside the engine to keep warm.
Oh, they'll do that.
As he started the car, it got caught in the fan belt.
Oh, God.
And cat just went everywhere. And my nieces and nephews were just furious with him, but all the man did was start a car.
I knew this lady. She runs home. She's got to get her kids. One's going to ballet lessons. The other one's going to, football practice. She grabs the kids, gets them in the car, takes off, shuts the automatic garage door. Right? They come back home. She's got the kids with her.
No.
Yes. You look up at the top of the garage door. There is a head and 2 paws sticking out of their family cat that had been crushed by the door. Tried to jump out as the door was shutting. She closed it right on the cat's head and paws. Oh. I started laughing and made the...
Why would you laugh?
The whole ridiculousness of it. Not the cruelty, the ridiculousness of it. And then she cried and got mad at me.
Sure, they always do that. Maybe we'll go into pet accidents, Fezzy.
Oh, nice.
We'll do Pet Cemetery. We'll play a little round of Pet Cemetery. and see if we can come up with the best story. We got anything we can give away?
Oh, we got something, Ronnie. How's this sound to you? 2-night, 3-day, midweek wintergreen ski getaway, courtesy of American Express.
Wow.
How about a nice ski getaway for Pet Cemetery Stories?
Thank you very much, American Express.
Very nice.
All right, in New York City, the number 877-692-1027.
For Washington, D.C., it's 866-277-4969.
And what we're looking for is basically one of those bad pet accident stories.
Sure, the unusual, like this story about the two terriers frolicking around on the roof for a cable TV show and take a death dive 6 stories down.
It's kind of sad.
Or like the cat got in the engine. Or in the garage door.
That could actually happen. And, some of these people, the Pet Channel, who is, more attached to animals than them.
Right. I thought they were supposed to be nice to animals. I didn't know it was all kinds of these crazy, mean videos.
Well, I guess these dogs were insane. They don't know how to be up in the air. They don't have the idea. Can they not tell height?
I guess they thought they could make it. I don't know what they were jumping to.
Well, like you said, they looked without even knowing.
Yeah, they charged at the wall.
All right, we'll start and take your stories. Black Girl will be the judge for tonight.
Yay!
Oh. Black Girl.
Yeah, Eric, you'll be first, so go ahead and give it a try.
Big ass card holder 13380.
Hooah!
I hate to be first, but here it goes. When I was dating my wife many years ago, I went over to visit her at her house, and she had a cat. I knew it was pregnant, and I guess it had kittens, and it was up underneath her bed. And that's where the box with the kittens in it was. And one of the kittens, unbeknownst to me, had crawled up in between the bed springs, and I sat down on the bed when I was talking to my wife and squished it so badly that its guts squirted out the hind end.
You sat on a kitten.
Yeah, not actually on the cat itself, but on the bed next to the cat. And then my wife getting me back a few years later, she actually did marry me even after doing such a horrible thing to her. One of our dogs had puppies, and it was an outdoor dog, a big husky. And one of the puppies had gotten through the fence as she was getting into the car, and she didn't realize that the puppy was trying to get in the car. She shut the car door and slammed its head in the car door and crushed its soul. So, yeah.
Oh.
So, and and since I did that to her cat, she has there's a plethora of stories of her mutilating and killing our pets by accident.
Sure, all accidents.
Yeah.
All right, Eric, since you're first, you will be the leader, my friend, but
we don't even have to take you to Black Earl on this one.
No. All right, here's Mark. Mark, you're on offensive. Earl's already eating Rolaids.
He can't take it. Hey, Mark.
Hey, card 1866.
Hooah!
When I was young, 10, 11 years old, I had a Siberian Husky, beautiful dog.
Those are gorgeous.
Yeah, it got out one night, and so we had to put it on a leash, and it back inside of we had like a horse pen. Sometime through the night, the dog jumped the fence, and the leash was about a foot short, and it hung itself.
Ooh.
So I got up in the morning to feed it, and those spats hanging from its leash with its tongue out and its eyes all bugged.
What do you think, girl?
A doggy hanging.
Pretty bad.
It's sad, but I'm going to stick with Eric with the cat.
Earl.
Sorry.
I'm sorry about that, my friend.
Sorry about your dog.
But that's Earl. Here's Tom. Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good.
I hope I can make this clear. My neighbors went away, and the sister came to watch the house and babysit the dog. She went out, took the dog out for a walk, and on the way in picked up the mail. The dog was following her into the elevator with a leash dragging behind it. They both got on the elevator, they closed the door, the gate, and the big steel door, and started going up, except the end of the leash was still on the first floor. So as they went up, the dog got choked to death in the elevator.
Oh.
We could hear the girl screaming, help me, but we couldn't get into the elevator because it got stuck between floors as the dog got pulled in, by the neck. And the bottom of the elevator was all blood.
Oh! What do you got for us, Earl?
He's our leader.
You're our leader, Tom.
That's a very gnarled, weak-kneed Earl saying Tom is the new leader.
Here's Rich. Rich, you're on Ron and Fez.
Guys.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm still waiting for my big-ass card, by the way.
I'll put you on with Roy. You have to work.
Can I get a hoo-ha?
Yeah, you'll get it.
Hoo-ha! There you go, buddy. What's your dog story?
Beautiful. I was driving, I'm a fireman in the Bronx. I was driving his chief one day, and we got behind this old jalopy pickup truck that had a beautiful German Shepherd in the back. And we're following him, and we're talking how nice the dog is. And we get a run, and the chief starts blowing a siren. The dog jumps out of the back, and he's tied to a rope, and he gets run over by the back wheels.
Oh, my God. Earl?
Right in front of us.
Rich, did you
Fire dog?
Yeah, did you have to stop, or did you keep going to the fire?
No, we actually stopped for a while.
It's a hero dog, Fez. You got to stop for those hero dogs.
All right, let's send it over to Black Earl.
We love our firemen, but I want to stay with Tom and the elevator.
Wow. Tom and the dog whose leash got caught in the elevator as the elevator went up and choked the dog out.
Here's F-Me. F-Me, how you doing, honey?
Hey, guys.
Hi, baby.
These stories are so sad. I have a story, though. My St. Bernard Lab mix, we got her spayed, and we brought her home the next day from the vet. So then we bring her outside to do her thing, and as she was squatting, her staples ripped apart, and her gut came flying out.
Oh, God. Oh. You saw this, F?
I saw the whole thing, and my boyfriend at the time just wrapped her up in, like, this big towel. I mean, there was blood everywhere. The dog was puking. And we, like, rushed her to the vet, and she made it. She's still alive today, but it was pretty gross at the time, yeah.
What do you think, girl?
I'm going to stay with Tom.
Oh, this the F-Me boobs. I'm sorry,
That's okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Take care, F-Me.
Bye.
Boy, that reminded me of this time. We had this old cat, and it was an outside cat. The cat loved to just lay out in the driveway. And Father had come to us and said, listen, if you're backing a car out of the driveway, make sure the cat's out of the way. Gave us this big lecture on a Sunday morning. All right? Watch out for the cat. The cat is blind. The cat is deaf. She doesn't see you anymore. All right? Everyone got this horrible lecture. That afternoon, guess who's back in the minivan out of the driveway? Runs over the cat's head, and an eyeball shoots out. He knocks on my bedroom door and says, Fez Marie, I need your help. I just ran over the cat. I start laughing, going, no, you didn't. We just got the big lecture. Very funny.
Right.
No, he really did. So I'm digging a hole, much like me and Ronnie do. I'm digging a hole. He's getting rid of the body.
Sure.
I go back inside to wash up. My mother goes, are you sure she's dead? I go, I've never been more sure of anything in my life. Do I win?
Unbelievable. No.
Oh.
No.
Here is Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, when I was 10 years old, I went hunting with my father, and I had a 4-month-old beagle, and my 6-year-old brother was with us. My father just let's go to the dog, he saw us to the leash, and out of nowhere, my father's like, yeah, I should go after rabbits that I shoot. Also, my father sees, I got a rabbit. All of a sudden, I see the dog, like, brains, guts all over. He shot her.
He shot the dog.
Back into the left paw.
And my brother's like about to cry and die. He was crying, like I thought he was gonna die right there.
And it's kind of bad. Now, what did Dad say?
He's like, I thought it was a rabbit. I'm like, yeah.
Rabbit fever.
He's so lucky this idiot didn't shoot you or your brother.
4 months old.
What do you think?
It's a funny story, but I'm going to stay with Tom.
It's a funny story.
Yeah, how's that funny?
Wow, are you cold-hearted?
Hey, my dad was out hunting with somebody before, and the guy had like a pointer, whatever you would call those kind of dogs, but he kept breaking, and the guy was so mad that he turned and shot his own dog.
No way.
So my father says the other two guys, they turned on them, and they were ready to plan them for being, and then, Right. It was turned into this, like, Quentin Tarantino thing.
I was going to say, that's such a movie.
But they said, you son of a bitch, and they just both turned on him with shotguns. And we're going to, like, later you're going to say, well, he shot the dog, so we killed him.
Right. I was going to stand up.
But, when you hunt and you drink, it's a whole different thing.
That'll happen. Yeah. Things happen.
Yeah, who are we to judge? We got Staples here. Here's Trixie. Oh, Trixie, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Buddy.
So I was a nanny a couple years ago, and we had 3 little girls I was taking care of, 7, 5, and 2.5, and the parents were going through a divorce, and the mom, who I was working for, bought a new hot car so she could pick up guys, and it was an old classic Corvette. So they got those big, wide rear tires, and they had an 11-week-old black lab. And she backed out of the garage one day. Black lab was in the way, completely crushed.
Oh.
Flat lab in the driveway. All the kids were out. Flat lab, like in the driveway. The kids were all out there. They were devastated. I had to deal with the carnage, like the aftermath of the dog dying. Pretty rough.
And then they always blame the au pair, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely, because it's my fault somehow, because I didn't have a lab inside. So, anyway, that's my story.
What do you think, girl?
Sad story, but I want to stay with Tom.
Tom, still in the lead. A dog getting choked out in an elevator. What's on the line is a 2-night, 3-day midweek wintergreen ski getaway, courtesy of American Express. Get ready to earn. Introducing the new American Express card with rewards built in. There's never been a better time to be a card member. To apply, call 1-800-THE-CARD.
Here is John.
Hey, John, go ahead.
Yeah, when I was 19, I had a job snow blowing my aunt's driveway.
Oh, it's nice.
And my aunt used to leave her...
Is that good money?
You know, at the time...
All right.
Gave you a little bit of money for...
Okay, go ahead.
But she used to leave her garage door open about 6 to 8 inches so her cats could get in and out. And she had a Arian 2-stage snowblower, and as I was coming up to the garage door, snow blowing about 8 inches worth of snow, her cat ran out into the snowblower, and it just, like, shot it all over the snow.
Oh, Earl, what do you think? Earl, what do you think, buddy?
Snowball in the snowblower.
Oh, let's put him in the lead.
Okay, you're the lead. All right, we are going to take a break, come back, and have a winner. In New York, it's 877-692-1027. Washington, D.C. area, 866-277-4969. It's bad pet stories from Ron and Fez.
We're Ron and Fez. Playing a little pet cemetery tonight. Horrible pet accident stories. On the line, a 2-night, 3-day midweek wintergreen ski getaway trip, courtesy of American Express.
And Rory, D.C. Reed wrote to me and said one of the D.C. capos going to come in. That would be a great idea next time we're in D.C.
Definitely.
Let's work that out.
Will do.
All right, so take care of that. We'll get back to this. Earl, who's the leader so far?
Yeah.
John, his cat got caught in the snowblower.
All right.
It sounds funny the way you tell it.
And it's a fantastic trip we're giving away, Fez.
That's right. 2 nights, 3 days, wintergreen ski getaway.
Here is Jill. Jill, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Jill.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah.
Okay. This is my husband's long time ago. He had 2 dogs. One was a huge Great Dane, one was a little Basset Hound. And the Basset Hound was a male and the Great Dane was a female, and apparently they wanted to kind of get together. So there was a slope in the backyard where the Great Dane was a little lower than the Basset Hound, and he apparently jumped on top of the Great Dane. As dogs do, they got stuck together, and she flipped out and started dragging him across the yard by his, well, you know, and that was the end of him.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Wow. That's how Earl always wants to go.
That's how most of them want to go, right?
Earl, what do you think,
Earl?
Sad story, man. I'm going to stay with John's cat and the snowblower.
Oh,
all right, sorry, Jill.
The cat and the snowblower. It sounds like some sort of holiday Christmas special.
Kazia, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. Listen, I have this really, really creepy story. Last year we were closing our pool, and it was the day after Halloween, and we had a lot of leaves in our pool, and I was skimming the pool, and all of a sudden I felt something really, really heavy. I tried to push it, and I noticed that it was a really, really big dog, and the best part is we don't have a dog. So it was somebody else's.
In your pool?
Yeah. We have an in-ground pool. I freaked out. I dropped everything. I ran into the house. My husband came out, and he was trying to get it out of the water. It was too bloated.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so we couldn't get it out. So we left it in for like 2 days because I was like afraid to go into the pool area. And 2 days later, my husband was like, I got to get this thing out. We got to close the pool. So he grabbed these 2 heavy fireman gloves, and he was trying to get the dog out of the pool, and he pulled his leg out of its socket while he was trying to clean it out.
Oh, it was all tender, Ronnie, like it had been boiling in there.
It was so nasty. So we put it
What do
in
you think, Earl? Earl's freaking.
We put it,
Well, there's more.
yeah, well, there's more. We put it in like 3 heavy black garbage bags. And by that time, we had like flyers flying around the neighborhood like, who's seen this black dog? And like, we were afraid to call that number because they would probably think that we like killed the dog or something.
In the meantime, you're carrying body parts out in 3 different hefty bags.
Yeah, the best part is we put it in the trunk of my husband's car.
Oh!
Because we didn't want to, like, drop it in the dumpster or anything.
Isn't there someone you can call to handle this?
Well, I don't know. Who do you call? Like, there's a dog floating in my pool?
Tony Soprano.
What do you think, Earl?
You know what? Let's put her in the lead.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Dismembered dog.
Oh. Cause, yeah. All right, well, jot this down. Dog dead in pool, dismembered.
All right, here is Bob. Bob, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, Bob, go ahead, buddy.
Hi, how you doing? And shouts from DC to you guys.
Thank you, man.
No problem. One of my dog's brothers was down with me at my dog breeder's house in Virginia, and we were playing tricks and games with the smaller puppies, and one of the older shepherds broke out of his kennel, chewed through the rope, broke out, and attacked the puppy and tore his stomach out and intestines. And we grabbed the older dog and put him away. And in the meantime, the smaller puppy took off, who was only 4 months old. We found him 3 days later, about 2 miles away, and he'd been cut in half by the train. He made it that far on adrenaline, and there was half his body in one spot and the other half in the other spot.
Like a doggy turducken.
What do you think, girl?
Sad puppies. Let's put them in the lead.
Oh, really? All right.
All right.
Hold on, Bob.
Bob is now in the lead with the puppy that was cut in half.
Here's Annie. Annie, you're on Run Fez.
Hi, guys.
Hi, baby.
My little sister had a hamster named Kisses, who was a really bad hamster, and he got out all the time. And one day when we were gone, he got out, and we couldn't find him anywhere. And it took a couple of days, and my sister found him in the storage closet. He had jumped off a shelf and gotten into a cup and drowned in his own tinkle.
Now, how long was he in there?
I don't know.
There would have been enough for him to drown.
I know.
It was covering his head.
I know, but it seems like if he was in there without anything to drink, how could he produce enough to drown in?
No, because he was major fat, and he ate all the time and was drinking all the time. I don't know, but it was disgusting. He was.
All right, hold on. What do you think, girl?
I'm going to stay with Bob.
Bob with the puppy in half on the train tracks?
The dead puppies.
Hey, Wonder Boy, remind people to turn their radios down.
Thank you, Wonder Boy.
Here's Jason. Jason, you're on the air. Hey, Jason.
Hey, Ron Fez. How's it going?
Good.
I grew up on a dairy farm, and we had dozens of barn cats. And it got to the point where my father thought it was a rite of passage, and he said to collect up most of the kittens, and we took them to the woodshed, and we knocked their heads off to get rid of the cats.
You would chop them off?
No, we would put their head on one block of wood and then just take another block of wood and just boink, knock it right off.
Your dad would have the children do this?
No, just he and I.
How old were you?
10.
Wow. Do you want to see Billy's therapist?
Well,
I mean, how many cats could there have been that you got to just keep smashing their heads in?
And not exactly an accident in this story either.
No.
Well, I mean, when you live on a dairy farm, I mean, you don't have a lot of extra money to bring the cats to get them spayed, and they just reproduce, and there's cats everywhere.
So you crushed their heads with logs.
You need cat raid.
What do you think, girl? It's a pretty horrifying story a kid had to do.
Pretty horrifying, but I want to stay with the...
You want to stay with Bob?
Let's stay with Bob.
All right. Sorry, Jason. Here's Joe. Joe.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Joe, go ahead.
When I was a kid, my first dog ever, had it for about 9 months or so, and we lived in a trailer, and dog used to hide up under the trailer all the time, so it was nothing in the morning to not see the dog out. And my grandmother dropped me off at school one day and came back, late in the evening, and turns out we had run over the dog when we backed out of the driveway, and it's lots of soft sand out there because this was in Florida. So the dog didn't die when it got ran over. but its guts like squished out the side of its stomach. So like all day, the dog's up under the trailer with his guts hanging out. So when we come home, the dog comes running out from under the trailer, like, like all happy to see me. With his guts like hanging out, dragging behind him, all bugs in him and stuff. We took him to the vet, but they said, if we'd have noticed it right away, they probably could have saved the dog. But by this time, his intestines were all dried out and everything, so they had to put him down.
All right, well, hand this over to Earl, Joe.
Oh, let's put him in the lead.
You want Joe in the lead? Joe with the happy intestine dog.
Here's Keith.
Keith, go ahead, buddy.
All right, I got a cute story for you.
All right, go ahead, Val.
Two little dogs. I'm sorry, one little dog, one big dog. I have a little pug and a German Shepherd. Best of friends. They played together all the time. We had 2 boxes in the backyard. Both had a leash coming off, a 10-foot leash. My whole family for dinner one evening. Come home, I guess the dogs were playing, going around the yard playing, loving each other like they always did. Real cute. Come home, little dog, tangled body, hanging off of his back, choking. Big dog just standing there looking at us with his tongue hanging out.
Oh, man. So they're wearing the little dog like one of those dog tags.
Just wearing it like a dog tag.
Like a dog license.
Earl, dog tag?
Doesn't make them a bad dog.
No, it doesn't.
Horrible story, but I'm going to stay with Joe.
All right. Joe with the happy intestine dog.
All right, it's Kyle.
Hey, Kyle, go ahead, buddy. Go ahead and tell your story.
I had a hamster, and he got out, and he must have got out for a long time. He was out for like 2 days, and we couldn't find him. Then we heard him munching behind a cabinet. So we found out exactly where he was, and my dad got a drill, and he went to the left of him, and he started drilling. And he hit the hamster, and when he pulled the drill out, there's just blood and guts.
Oh, Earl, come back. You got to judge
Earl,
the contest.
The judge can't run away unless he's judging Billy Staples.
What do you think of Kyle's story, Earl?
Put him in the lead.
Drilled hamster goes into the lead. Giving away a 2-night, 3-day midweek wintergreen ski getaway, courtesy of American Express.
It's a great contest, Fuzzy. Here's Jeff. Jeff, you're on the Fez. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good.
I work for a utility company, and we were in a residential neighborhood stringing up new cable along the back of people's yards. And it goes for, probably 10 or 12 yards. If you lay the cable out loose, then you get onto the end and you pull it up real tight.
Okay.
So you can fasten it up to the poles. And so we laid it out, and that's kind of draped along the backyards. And we got to the end, pulled it up tight, and we went back down to check it. And we noticed in one of the backyards, the cable was dipped down and then back up. And we walked into the fence. There was like a stockade fence. And this dog that had been in the backyard had crossed over the cable before we pulled it up with these chains. When we pulled the cable up, the dog was just hanging there dead.
Oh, man.
What do you think, girl?
All right, he wired a dog for cable.
I want to stay with drilled hamster.
All right. Sticking with the drilled hamster.
Here is, all right, we can only do one more. Let's get into this. It's, I'll let Hawk pick. Hawk, it's Paul, Chris, James, Tom, Jimbo, Bob, Mike, Murph, Tuna, Christy, Jim, Chris, Rachel, Bobby, Kevin, or Jason?
I'll go with Jim.
Jim.
All right.
Jim, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Jim.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
we sure can. Go ahead.
Hey, first of all, I heard Eric Clapton is going to do a song for those dogs that jumped off the roof called Paws from Heaven.
Thank you very much. That's cute. There you go. It's
Wish we were building a pyramid.
All right, what's your story? You're the last contestant here.
Okay, so I'm in the Army at Fort Riley, and I back out of my driveway, and I get out onto I-70, and I'm hauling ass trying to get to work on time. I look in the rearview mirror, and there's my damn cat on the trunk with its claws dug into the seam where the trunk is.
Oh, jeez.
And just as I look up and notice him, he lets go, and he just rolled off, and I just kept on going.
You never even looked back?
Never saw him again.
That little paw tapping on the glass.
Now, was it a new cat or?
I had him for about 6 months.
All right, 6 months and you weren't close enough to him to stop.
Well, I was in a hurry.
Yeah, I understand that. We all have chores to do.
It's like you had...
I wasn't overly fond of him, put it that way.
Yeah,
I guess not. It's like you had one of those T2 cats, where his paws just turned into clamps that climbed up on the back of the car.
He was clamped down pretty tight.
All right, we'll throw it over to Earl.
Earl, who also has that kind of liquid T2 thing. What do you got for us, Earl?
I'm gonna stay with Kyle.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Jim. I thought it was a great story. Kyle, good news for you, buddy.
Kyle, your dad drilled your hamster. So,
what?
As a reward, you're getting a 2-night, 3-day, midweek wintergreen ski getaway. Thanks to our pals at American Express. Get ready to earn. Introducing the new American Express card with rewards built in. There's never been a better time to be a card member. To apply, call 1-800-THE-CARD.
Take a quick break. We'll be right back. Ron and Fez.
Ron and Fez, 102.7 WME.